Netflix's brand new sci-fi movie, The Electric State, is based on a dystopian graphic novel of the same name, written by Simon Stalenhag, but the movie deviates considerably from the book. Netflix's The Electric State tells the story of a teenage girl, Michelle "Millie Bobby" Brown, who has been orphaned and lost her brother. She is left to navigate a post-apocalyptic world, set in an alternate 1990s, following a robot revolution, wherein robots fought for their rights in a war against humans. When a robot named Cosmo arrives at Michelle's foster home claiming to be operated by her brother, whom she believed to be dead, Michelle strikes out on a mission to find her real brother. Although that may sound dire, and, at times, it is, often, the plot and tone of The Electric State are actually playful, funny, and charming, and the star-studded cast of The Electric State makes the movie feel even more fun. However, this tone is one of the most obvious departures between The Electric State movie and the graphic novel. The Electric State had to make some changes, but goes even further. The graphic novel's artwork served as an inspiration. Although Netflix's The Electric State was based on Stalenhag's graphic novel, it wasn't quite possible for the movie to follow the book's plot. Stalenhag's The Electric State is primarily art, which makes it difficult to adapt. There was a story in Stalenhag's novel, but it was a loose narrative, told in a couple hundred words on certain pages of the book. Given that, the movie used the art and the basic concept of the novel, including the story of a teenage girl on a journey alongside a robot, as inspiration and grew a more substantial narrative from there. The Russo brothers, who directed The Electric State, spoke about this process directly during a New York Comic Con panel about the movie. Per The Hollywood Reporter, during this panel, Anthony Russo explained, the Russo brothers certainly ran with the ideas this artwork inspired, as The Electric State ended up becoming a complex plot about not only Michelle and her brother Chris but also a corrupt company, a society that has been effectively mind-controlled, and the very nature of humanity. The Electric State movie loses the artwork and graphic novel's tone. The graphic novel is much darker than the movie tonally. Keats, Chris Pratt, and Michelle, Millie Bobby Brown, hugging in The Electric State. Image via Netflix. As mentioned, the tone of Netflix's The Electric State actually becomes quite funny and light-hearted at times, and that couldn't be further from the graphic novel. In the movie, there are plenty of laugh lines and goofy moments, many of which involve Chris Pratt's character, Keats, who is frequently the comedic relief. Even outside the overtly funny moments, such as Keats saying he likes one of the robots as more than a friend, though, the Electric State ending is one of hope and optimism. This is a significant deviation from Stalenhag's novel, which remains darker and bleaker in tone. Even visually, this is clear when comparing the movie and the book. Netflix's The Electric State incorporates robots that are much more playful, such as a robot version of the Planters Company mascot, Mr. Peanut. These choices are in part why The Electric State's budget is Netflix's most expensive to date, but they also mark a clear tonal shift from the original story to the movie adaptation. It's clear that the Russo brothers did draw inspiration from the graphic novel, but they also implemented their own vision and style in the movie. That's apparent in the story, the characters, and the visuals. While those who know Simon Stalenhag's The Electric State well might feel the movie and the graphic novel have very little in common, Netflix's The Electric State was inspired by the original story, but it certainly took these ideas in unique directions.